Good afternoon, this is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for 3 p.m. Eastern, Monday, August 13th, 2018. And wanted to thank everyone for the emails that I received on support and insight and input on your feelings about the meditations. And so I just wanted to send a big thank you out to all of you. Today, as we continue our journey with meditation, the impact is being felt. I know some of you feel it, but it's interesting is that when we concentrate on ourselves and start understanding that we are key elements to this shift, so to speak, and making a stand, so to speak, with the energies that are flying around. Now, getting to know yourself is absolutely crucial, because in this, I'm sure some of you have heard this, but it's not so easy to live and exist in gratitude. It's not, it's easy to say, but it isn't easy to adhere to. And a lot of people say, well, how does that work? How do you live in gratitude? Well, we take so many things for granted. We're born, we get to a certain age and everything, and we start doing things. And we really don't think about a lot of things. We don't think about our body, the health of the body, until years and years go by. And then it, as the body, basically deteriorates, things start to take place, and then we start being called attention to it. But through our ignorance, so to speak, of our bodies and taking care of them, these vessels, these spacesuits, we come into a lot of problems. Now, obviously, we have atmosphere problems, we have water problems, we have soil problems, and those basically accumulate and cause problems with our physical bodies. So, being grateful every day for your fingers, your hands, your arms, your legs, your feet, your organs, your fingernails, your eyes, your brain. We don't, it's funny because we don't think about that. We don't concentrate on that. We're constantly being stimulated from outside. Think about that. We're constantly being stimulated from outside things. And most of it is generating a lack of diversion mentality, where we don't understand or comprehend the gratefulness and thankfulness of the day, of the actual day, of getting up in the morning and greeting that day, that moment in time. And the only thing that the way to balance is to stay in the now and to focus on the now. Being in the now, in the moment, and practicing being in the now, in the moment. And that's easier said than done as well, because when you get in the habit, the easy things to be in habit, not to have to think about this, not to have to think about that, not to have to do this, not to have to do that. And we somewhat are lazy to the fact with ourselves that we don't draw attention with ourselves and say, okay, I need to pay more attention to this part of my body, that part of my body. I need to practice more of love for myself, of caring for myself, of supporting myself in happiness and joy, and being just grateful and thankful. If you ever notice that when you do something kind for another, the feeling that is generated within you, the feeling that you get, and I know that all all of us at one time or another have helped somebody or supported somebody in different ways. But the feeling, if you ever notice, is through the heart. You feel that warmth, that energy from the heart. That's your higher self. That is your God spark, pulsating and coming into alignment with that emotion and that feeling. Now imagine if you felt that way all the time. Imagine if you felt it all the time. Being in that feeling. Now take that feeling, and I know that you know what it feels like. And imagine, not just temporarily, not just a short, quick hit, but continuously. And that's what we're striving for. We're leaving a density of a third-dimensional energy. Everything that's happening, and that has happened, and that's taken place, are just absolutely. It's a motion picture show. It really is. And if you could literally look outside of it all, call it a matrix, whatever, and literally step away and start realizing that there's another direction, and the direction's upward, and it has nothing to do with television sets, computers, smartphones, iPads, none of that stuff, none of the technologies, none of it. It has everything to do with each of us and who we really are. So in this meditation, awareness of self, we meditate on becoming aware of self, or us, each of us, of connecting. And we don't practice enough on connecting with ourselves. Things pull us away. It's easy to be pulled away. It's very easy. The reason we don't have millions of meditators that come in with us every day is there's one main reason. And the main reason is that people don't want to take the time. They don't want to take the time. So they go along with the controlled environment that they're in, like a maze, just like lab animals, and they're progressed through their life, and they just enough, most of the time, just enough to get by. Then you get a certain age, then you deal with health problems and health issues, and all these things are constantly being thrown at you, and it's basically an experience of which you've created. So imagine if you begin to understand and comprehend the balance and alignment of you, of awareness, aware of who you are, aware that you look at your hands, you look in the mirror, you look at your eyes, you look at your hair, if you have it, you look at your toes, your feet. And I know this is interesting, but when you look at little babies and they start noticing things like their hands, they start staring at them. And they start staring at things for long periods of times, and then they notice that they have feet and toes, and they're really excited about those things. That same energy should be with us throughout this life, this existence, amazed at what we are, of what we can do, of what we have at our disposal. And those people who don't have hands, they realize that. And you imagine things that we experience through each of our lives, which are all separate as far as our path. It basically takes us to the same place, but we all experience different things at different times. And you can imagine that if you become more aware of yourself, of who you are, of your body, you start noticing things. And it's not about worry. That's a negative energy. That pulls you down. It's saying, what solution do I have? What can I learn, or what can I gain to know what to do to maintain my physical structure? What can I do to maintain it? Because we're talking from head to toe. We're talking our brain. We're talking everything, our arteries, our muscle, our bone, every single thing. Now, you notice that a lot of you, I know you know that you know somebody who has pain in the hospital, dying, or has passed. And all of these people are in pain and anguish, and I get emails every day literally sharing with me that they've got, emergencies. They've got people that are getting ready to pass, that they've got all these ailments, and they've got cancer, and they've got different ailments, just too numerous to mention. And those people, unfortunately, are pulled into a medical system that's allopathic, that is practically almost useless. It literally toxifies the bodies year after year with chemicals, treating and not curing. And then some people know that, and some people say, well, this is the safest way to go. And that's why so many people, with all of the barrage of the atmosphere, the oceans, the water, the soil, all of this being barraged at the body, and your skin, which is the largest organ your body has, which absorbs everything. It's porous. So everything that is in the atmosphere goes through the skin and into the bloodstream. Just remember that. Anything you put on your skin goes into the bloodstream. Everything. Doesn't matter what it is, it will go into the bloodstream. So that's why so many people get toxified, and they get ill, and they get sick, and they don't know why. They don't know what's going on. And, when you research and you study naturopathic medicine, and you study extracts, and you study all kinds of natural applications for healing, then you start to understand what people can be doing right now to help themselves. And that's being aware of things. And that's why this meditation is so important, is to become aware, more aware. Some people say, well, I'm already aware. That's great. But to become very clear and very, have yourself viewable to yourself. Understand who you are, what you are. Understand that you're inside a suit. It's like a space suit, and you don't want it to get holes in it, because then it starts letting in debris and poison. So you want to make sure that you keep it stitched up. If it hits a hole, repaired, and literally being able to carry your God spark around efficiently and effectively. So, if you will, in this meditation, go to a place where you're comfortable and relax, where you won't be interrupted. And as I suggest, pick a scene somewhere along in your life that you've experienced where you have been relaxed, you just totally relax. And we all have them. We've all had those, and we always remember them. And literally bring a scene. And you just, from head to toe, just kind of drop your shoulders, everything, and you just become very comfortable, very floating, very relaxed. And then you want to breathe. Remember, 3 to 6 inhales and exhales. Breathing is super important to balance you, to calm you. Proper breathing takes care of all kinds of abnormalities, issues with the body. It calms down the cardiovascular system. It slows down blood pressure. And it literally alleviates a lot of anxiety and stress. So breathing in, you breathe in divine positive energy. You're breathing in a saturation point of eternal love. You're breathing in happiness and joy and bliss and prosperity and wealth and abundance. For you, it's coming in, funneling right through to your higher self, to your God spark, to your source energy, prime source, creator God. But as you exhale, you're exhaling any debris that you feel is not necessary for you, because it causes you stress, anxiety, fear, and it is just something that you just don't care about. You've faced it, you've identified it, and you've resolved it, but you just need to let it go. Let it just dissipate, be neutralized by the purple transmuting flame, and sent back to the central sun. So as we go, we enter through the heart center. We go through the heart center. We go as deep as we can, because the deeper we get, the more peace we begin to feel. And eventually we get in there where we're just totally at peace, and we come to an area that's golden white, pink light, purple transmuting flame all around us and above us, and it's glowing, and it's almost like vibrating and reflecting, and it's a beautiful light, and it's saturating us with eternal love. We see our higher self, and we immediately join with our higher selves. We're all in communication with our higher selves. And we then now call upon all light beings across the solar system, the galaxy, and the universes who are of love and from love to join us in this meditation. We call upon all inhabitants of Earth, inner Earth, hollow Earth, all surface population to join us in this meditation. We're appealing to their higher selves. We call upon the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim. We call upon the ascended masters. We call upon the sprites and the fairies. We call upon the loved ones who have passed over. All light beings of love and from love come in and join us in this meditation. As we feel them come in and join, we go arm in arm. We're immediately encased in a perfect sphere of the golden white, pink light, purple transmuting flame, prime source, creator God, eternal love. And this sphere, this bubble that's around each of us, can only be penetrated by eternal love. So we are protected. As we rise above the planet, we see our meditative sphere, golden white, pink light, purple transmuting flame, holding all of our meditations since February of this year, all in perpetual motion, total sphere, glowing and glittering and reflecting. It's a warm glow, and we can feel it in total peace. Now we feel the rain, warm, come down on our crown, through our crown chakra, through our head, start to saturate us from head to toe, clarifying anything that's hazy for us, anything that's obstructive, anything that confuses us, about yourselves. Awareness. Aware of all life on the planet, as if you're connected, and you really are connected to all life on this planet. You're connected to all life in the solar system, to all life in the galaxy, and all life in the universes. See, those conduits are cleared. It's crystal clear, 20/20 vision. This haze that may be apparent has been eliminated. So you're very much in tune with your physical body and with all physical bodies of life on this planet. And you get a clarity and awareness, a power of just really knowing and sensing and feeling who you are, what you can do. In pure, eternal love, peace, and prosperity, abundance, what you're capable of doing, your confidence level. We're not talking ego. We're just talking about pure confidence, and you're aware of who you are. You are a god and goddess, small g, and you are powerful. And through what you think and feel, you literally are creating every microsecond of existence. So this is so important, why you have this awareness that's beginning to appear, and all blockages melting away, so that you have clear vision, so that you can see beyond deception, and so that you can be aware of all deception, all manipulation, all the greed, all of it. You can see through it, and you focus on that And that vibrational frequency lifts you, and it rises you even more so that you can literally, it's like X-ray vision through everything. You can see falseness, and you can see and feel the deceptions and manipulations and the show, the fakeness, and you can pick it up. And you're aware of yourself. It becomes clear. You begin to understand to tend to yourself, to pay attention to yourself, to your body, to your emotions, all of it. A clear awareness of who you are, connected to all life. So assisting life becomes much simpler. You begin to understand it clear. So in a way, you feel what all life feels. You sense, you experience in a way what all life experiences. So by you generating thought and heart energy to change things, you begin to do it. You know, in other words, you look at the planet and you say, I want all the soil clean and clear, vibrant and healthy. I want the oceans clean, pristine, healthy. I want the skies clear blue, no pollution, all eliminated. I see it. I visualize it, all disappearing. This is part of you becoming clear and aware of who you are. This is powerful. It's very influential on all life. Things that you see, instead of responding from anger, you are in peace and eternal love, and you basically look at it and say, it is no longer necessary to have that. I dispel it. It's being neutralized. It's being transmuted in neutralized substance. I don't care to have that. This is what I care. And then you throw up the picture in your heart of what you want to see and have. As far as nurturing and the planet and you and your body, it's all connected. You're connected to all life. Isn't it interesting, the shape of this planet and how far we have gotten away from the natural process of life and the natural things, the birds, the trees, the bees, the flowers, everything. How disconnected humanity has become. See, when you leave things unattended, what happens? They grow off. It's just like, it's like a house and property. It grows weeds. It gets dilapidated. It starts falling apart because there's no energy being given to it. It just falls apart. So this is what the awareness is. When we start becoming aware, is it, well, we got to fix that. We've got to clean that up. So this is all of humanity coming alive. This is all the inhabitants of planet Earth. This is their awareness of who they are. And literally realizing they have solutions just through their feelings, just through feeling peace and prosperity. They can emit that energy on a higher vibrational frequency. Again, it's almost like we are constant crystalline light towers pulsating and sending energy throughout all that there is. So this is about awareness, becoming clear, and applying our energy as a solution to all of the things that we dislike that are happening to our planet and to humanity. So I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll be back to close this out. this frequency, this vibration of awareness. It's almost like the film's been pulled back, gone, disintegrated from you, and your awareness is super clear of who you are, what you are. And eventually you'll find out where you came from, as an energy, as a spirit, as a God spark, you know, where humanity originally came from. So tonight, as I've mentioned, will be a Time for Change call at 9 p.m. Eastern on this line. And we'll cover several subjects, try to get as many taken care of as we can. And we will do the same thing we've always done on that call, where we'll just have people star 6 themselves, but in the beginning we'll be muted out, and then I'll come in and I'll just cover a couple areas and things, and then we'll go into Q&A. But I send everybody great eternal love, peace, prosperity, and happiness and joy, perfect health, perfect prosperity, perfect abundance, perfect confidence. Confidence is so important that we have that in ourselves, trusting in ourselves and having confidence in ourselves. And bliss is joy, happiness. That's what everybody strives for. And Prime Source Creator God's blessings, Father, Mother God blessings for the rest of the day into the evening. And we'll be back here tonight for the Time for Change call, and then we will be back here tomorrow, August 14th, 2018, at 3 p.m. Tuesday.